Chad, are we good to go? All right. Thank you, everybody, for being here today. A very big day for the Spirit. We are pleased to welcome new head coach Jonatan Giráldez after several months of having him finish the season with FC Barcelona. I will turn it over to Mark Krikorian. He'll say a few words about the process of bringing Jonah in and just the excitement to have him finally join the club.
Thank you. I guess it would be probably a pretty bad joke for me to take credit for discovering Jonah. I think that everyone knows Jonah, everyone knows the quality and the success that he's brought for a number of years now to Barcelona, making them the best team in the world. So I think identifying and securing are two very different things. It's been clear for a long time that he's a leader in the industry, regarded as the best coach in the world, and we're thrilled to have him here. And I can say with full certainty that through the efforts of our owner, Michelle Kang, and her drive, determination to surround herself with the best, she spent the time, the energy, and went to Barcelona and was able to show Jonah that this project that we're all involved with is quite a worthwhile project. So let me be the first here publicly to welcome Jonah to us, and
thank you.
Great having you here.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you for your welcome. Thank you, everyone, as well, for being here today. For me, yeah, it's always the beginning is a special moment. I am very happy to be here, to be part of the family from Washington Spirit. And when I decided to join to Washington in that moment, I remember the beginning of the shock that for me and my family had that decision, but I did not need too much time to decide that we wanted to come here because, yeah, many reasons, many things. I won everything in Barca. I was really, really lucky to be part of Barca's family the last 6 seasons, the first as assistant coach and the last 3 ones as a main coach. And yeah, I had the desire to have a new chapter, a new challenge, and for sure, living here in Washington, knowing different players, different culture, and other staff members, and for sure the big vision that Michelle Kang has. When Michelle and Mark showed me all the process, all that they are building, was crazy. It was very easy for me to take the right decision. And for sure, after the first few days here, I'm trying to understand all the process, all the industry, how is working the team, because they are performing really, really well. But for sure, very, very happy to be part of family from Washington Spirit.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Jonah. Before we turn it over for questions, one housekeeping item for the folks joining us online. If you have any questions, please type them in the chat, and I will read them for you. We'll go ahead and get started with questions in the room. Who'd like to kick us off? Emily, go ahead.
Emily Olson with The Athletic. Welcome.
Thank you.
You talked about it broadly, about the vision and what excited you about it, but specifically, what was the moment or the thing that was said to you that you decided the Spirit was the next challenge for you?
Yeah, look, for me, we are from Galicia. We wanted to move that moment to Barcelona because we thought that it was the best step for us in terms of growth as a student at that moment. And we wanted to earn a little more experience around war and around football. I had the opportunity to be part of Catalonia Federation, working in different areas, a teacher, assistant coach, physical coach, analyst, main coach. I was doing a lot of things there. And yeah, next step in Barca, for sure the growth was amazing in the last few seasons, especially the last 3 ones. Because when you are training the best players in the world, what the clubs demand you in terms of the desire to compete and to win every single game, it was really special for me. And after winning everything, we wanted a new chapter, a new challenge. And when Michelle and Mark explained to me and my family what are they doing here in Washington, for me was very important, because for me, one of the most important things is understand all the process, be part for helping the players. The players are the most important thing. And we have several persons working around the players. So for me, this is the base to build something important thing. Because I had the same perception in Barca when everything started, I don't know, 7, 8, 9 years ago. Maybe the performance team was not being good, but we were building important things for the future. And I think the team the last few seasons show it a lot. And now the feeling I have is the same one. There are many people working around the players. We have everything under control. The players only have to think in training, competing. That's a lot. By the way, it's so important for me to be part of that and understand that the staff members we have around all the players, the vision to be, not to be here to improve my English, is to be here to create something special team for the future. And for sure, if I join to Washington, it's because I want to compete for winning. In the end, when we are competing for winning. For sure, there is a process, and we are working a lot. I have a huge respect about what they are doing so far, but I want to help as I can for the coming weeks, months, to get try to be a successful team for sure.
Just a quick follow-up. About the league as a whole, we've obviously seen a lot of players from Liga F come into NWSL. Ashwolo, someone you know familiar, is also here. What is your interpretation of NWSL as a whole from a fresh start?
For me, Growman is a really competitive league. All the games I am watching, everything can happen, every game. A lot of goals in the end of the game. You know, that's crazy. It's, as a show, is really good. It's interesting because for me, when you are being part of an important process in terms of building something, when you suffer to win, that is the best moment to grow and have a good management of the emotions. When you win a lot, when you win every week, when you know, it's easy victories. That is like, okay, you are suffering, but it's not so special. So here, I think for the growth of the players, my case as a coach, it will be personal and professional growth. I am sure about it. And this kind of feelings when I have to manage the situation in the important moments, when you are playing finals, a Champions League in the past, or important games, I want to have this kind of feelings every week, and I think here I'll suffer a lot to win.
Thank you, Emily. One housekeeping item I forgot to mention, if you can also introduce yourself and your news outlet before you ask your question. Vasilios, go ahead.
Vasilios Nicolau, WUSA9, Coach Bowman, DC.
Thank you.
This team is already in a really good spot, third place in the league right now. What is entering a situation like this where the team has already accomplished so much and has so much left to accomplish this year?
Yeah, they are performing really well. I have to say nothing about the performance because everything is going good. I think everything I saw from the beginning, the first training session, pre-season, the first friendly game, the pre-season, the Growman, the team is being really good. They are showing an amazing performance every week. They are really mature because sometimes it's not easy when the main coach is not here, but they are competing really well. All the work that the players and the staff members are doing is being perfect. And for me, it's what I said, Mark and the players, what I want is keep helping and try to find the best timing to understand what I smell every day and connect with the players, connect with the staff members, with the supporters, Audi Field, the city. You know, I need to take the more time to understand all the atmosphere around the players. But the only thing I want to do is keep helping. The most important thing are the players. So I am here to be part of the whole team and together try to get important things.
Heather?
Hi, Coach. I'm Heather McDonough, NBC4 and Colin Window 44. I'll start with an English question and ask you to answer. Ask you to answer in Spanish secondarily. Hello, you are so cute. I'm a mom, can you tell?
He's learning.
When you were approached by Mark and Kim, I mean, what were you looking for the next step in your career to be? Were you looking at the United States? Did it just happen to all come together at the right time? What were you looking for?
Yeah, look, for me, when you change, I was really comfortable and happy in Barcelona. I have to tell you the truth, because that was my feeling. But I am 32 years old. I can improve a lot, for sure. And being with other players, with other staff, with other completely different culture, with different supporters, speaking other language, is a challenge for me every day. I am learning a lot being here every day. I could stay in Barcelona, for sure, keep growing every week, but it's not the same. With 32 years old, I think it's something that we wanted in the past, and we had the opportunity to join that moment to Washington. They respect me a lot. My decision to end my career in Barca until the end, because I wanted to be professional until the last day. We could compete for many important things, and finally, when you get all that you wanted in terms of trophies, it's much special, because it was really hard, the decision at that moment, to decide not be part of Barca family for the next season. It was a difficult situation and decision for me, that's sure, but I took it on December, and a lot of people criticize the decision, why are you leaving, and the performance of the team will go down, and blah, blah, blah. But in Barca, all the person working around the players showed an incredible professionalism, and here it's the same thing, you know. It's not being here the main coach, but the team is performing. For sure we are connected in terms of what we can do, but being far away is too difficult, and what I said before, I have a huge respect on everything what they did so far, and I am looking forward to keep competing, keep learning, keep helping the players to be part of an important thing.
Would you be able to say some of that in Spanish as well for our friends at Telemundo 44?
¿En español?
En español.
Ah, muy bien, más fácil para mí. Yo venía aquí para que en inglés fuese más.
I took French in high school,
No,
so this is the situation.
Para mí, bueno, fue una decisión súper difícil, decir que no continuaba en el Barça. Bueno, cuando tomamos la decisión allá por diciembre ya del año pasado, seguramente por el momento de la temporada, ¿no? Y por la opinión de muchas personas que creían que seguramente el rendimiento del equipo iba a bajar, que seguramente aquí no se iba a entrenar al 100%, pero bueno, creo que se demostró todo lo contrario. Allí se compitió por ganar todo, lo conseguimos, y aquí pues, está en una meritoria tercera posición, la cual cosa habla muy bien de lo que están haciendo, habla muy bien de la madurez y la profesionalidad con la que están trabajando. Y te diría que mi reto ahora, mi ambición, mis ganas están pues orientadas a seguir ayudando, seguir colaborando. He dicho muchas veces, para mí las jugadoras es lo más importante de todo este proceso, y por todo el staff que tenemos, la cantidad de personas que hay trabajando alrededor de las jugadoras, formar parte de algo así pues me hace mucha ilusión, porque creo que es muy provocador, ¿no? Para mí. Otro idioma, otra cultura, otras jugadoras, otro staff, otros aficionados, otro estadio. Tengo muchas ganas de seguir creciendo, con 32 años que tengo, con una familia, pues venir aquí es algo que me hace mucha ilusión y estoy muy feliz de estar aquí.
Gracias.
De nada.
We will jump over to a virtual question really quick. This comes from Jackie Gutierrez from Women Kickball's Forbes and The Equalizer. She says, Jonah, as you were away from the Spirit for several months while being with Barcelona, what did you learn about the club during that time frame?
Yeah, an amazing process in terms of what we want to build when we have the ball, when we don't have the ball. Adri's job is being amazing. All the staff members are working together, and I am really happy to be part of it, because the connection we have on the players, on the team, on the staff is being good. That is the base to grow. And yeah, I remember the first training session in the pre-season. I remember the first friendly game. And now the situation is totally different. We are in a good shape, I think, but we can keep improving. Will be the challenge for the future.
And her follow-up to that is, how did you stay involved with the club throughout your time with Barcelona?
Yeah, trying to be focused 100% on Barca. That was my priority until the end of the season. But yeah, I was connected with Adri, especially with Adri, with Mark, with other staff, but especially with Adri, speaking about what we want to do in terms of training, preparing games. I repeat, being focused on Barca, because when you are working two sides, you can't be 100% in one of them. And that was really clear, pretty clear for Washington. But trying to help being so far away, it was not easy. So 99.9% it was deserved all that they are doing so far. And what I want to do now is add to the performance they are having and try to improve it.
All right. And Thomas?
This is for Mark. Obviously, Jonah's track record speaks for itself, but what are the specific qualities as a coach that, in your mind, made him the right person for this position?
Well, I think as a coach, any of us that have the background in the game recognize the quality in which his teams played and the beauty that they play with, and level of sophistication and technical quality. And you could break this down in so many different ways, but in terms of the model of play, they've been just wonderful to watch. But for me, there are other elements that I thought were really important that were kind of, again, in the same spirit with Michelle Kang, and part of it is his humility. You see him sitting here today and answering all the questions, and it's with great humility and respect. And I think that it started in the beginning with us respecting him and his process, and him respecting what it was that we're trying to do, and understand that together we want to try and grow this Washington Spirit group in a way that may be a little bit different than would be traditional. So for me, I think that beyond all of those soccer pieces that he has, the person that he is very important as well. And I think he's going to come into the community and be a leading member in the community, as well as a leading soccer brain.
Over to Jose.
Jose Omaña for WTOP. Jonah, bienvenidos.
Gracias.
I'm going to ask the first question in English. Sorry. You're the fifth coach since they've won the title in 2021. How much was the conversation when you met with Michelle and with Mark about patience, and for you, what's the time frame in terms of bringing this team back to championship success?
As soon as possible. We don't have to put a roof. That will be a big mistake. We have to put focus, for me, on training every day and try to improve your performance and be professional in and off the pitch. For me, as a coach, based on my experience, you have to give all each day, each training session, but you have to take care of yourself after the training, before the training. By the way, we have so many persons working around the players. It's for that. It's for help them to understand that high performance life is not only about training. It's about be professional 24 hours, 7 days each week. And what I don't want to put is a roof, a goal. What we want to make is improve every day and have the desire to compete, to be the best. I love when we train at 100% of our intensity, try to beat each other each training. And for sure, I don't want to speak about a long time. I want to speak about tomorrow. What we did today, what we have to do tomorrow, as well as possible, be ready for compete again, and try to be, I want be the best team in America. That is, focus, and for sure the Michelle's vision and everything what she's doing around the players, around the club, is going the same direction. And I recognize that they are working a lot on that direction, so be part of that for me is really special.
Y en segundo te pregunto en español, ¿qué tanto sabías sobre la ciudad de Washington, en los hispanos que están aquí, y qué tanto de eso te da más interés a ser parte no solamente este club, pero esta comunidad aquí en Washington, D.C., en la metropolitana de Washington?
No, reconozco que no tenía mucha información antes. Estuve hace, diría que 3 veranos en Portland. Estuvimos de pretemporada con el equipo, fue durante el periodo de la pandemia, o sea, era una situación realmente difícil, pero reconozco que no había estado antes en Washington, en la capital. Pero bueno, cuando tuvimos oportunidad de venir y ya empaparnos un poco, ¿no?, de la cultura, de lo que implica estar aquí y todo lo que está todavía por aprender por mi parte para poder adaptarme bien, para mí es una de las cosas más importantes. Cuando nos fuimos a Barcelona, el poder aprender un idioma nuevo, el poder conocer las costumbres del país, el poder, bueno, conocer cómo funciona la gente en el día a día, para mí eso es aprendizaje, para mí eso es experiencia, para mí es intentar formar parte de, ¿no? Cuando tú vas a un país nuevo, esta adaptación la considero fundamental y era algo que también me hacía mucha ilusión. Ahora tengo más información, por supuesto, pero estando aquí hará que me pueda ayudar en este proceso de adaptación y espero que, bueno, el camino vaya en la dirección que deseo, que es ser feliz, trabajar haciendo lo que me gusta y que a nivel competitivo podamos conseguir los objetivos.
And we'll go over to Annie.
Thank you. Annie Elliott, the District Press. Bienvenidos también.
Gracias.
But Jose mentioned the number of different coaches this team has gone through in the past several years. What kind of steps are you and the team taking to make sure that there's stability for the players through this transition?
Yeah, for me, it's not make big changes. I know how Adri works, and we were speaking a lot along the season in terms of what we want to do with the ball, without the ball. That is priority for sure. The leadership is not the same because we are different persons, but step by step try to introduce myself in the training, speaking, showing videos after the game, try to connect, you know, in the end when someone new is coming from another country, speaking another different, he's not happy, I don't know why. Take care about the feelings I have every day to understand that the process, we don't have to put a day, we don't have to put okay, I need 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I don't know. It's every day try to connect a little more to understand that everything that I'll do, it will be the best for the players and for sure for the team.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Another question from online. This comes from Josh Kirby from Kirby on Sports. Coach, seeing recently the growth of the Spirit and the NWSL as a whole, most recently a sold-out crowd at Audi Field, what are your thoughts on the growth of the sport in the U.S.?
Ivan? Good job.
Oh, yes.
Too much for us.
Seeing recently the growth of the Spirit and the NWSL as a whole, most recently a sold-out crowd at Audi Field, what are your thoughts on the growth of soccer as a whole in the U.S.?
I had the opportunity in Barca to live important moments with the crowd. We had record Guinness assistance in the stadium. We went with a lot of people to San Mamés to compete the final champions. The connection with the fans is very, very important. And I always say to the players that we have to give reasons to come to the stadium every day. It's not just to say, come please. We have to give them the feeling to be part of the process. When you can share be happy with the supporters when you are winning, when you are competing, when you are raising trophies, for me is the best special moment. I have nothing to say in the past in terms of what we create. In Barca it's totally different, but connect with the supporters, with thousands of people going to the stadium every week, and the connection with the fans. That is a big responsibility. I want to be part of it, and as always say, train every day and compete every game to understand that we have to give them reasons to enjoy, and the next week again be there. I don't like if only one day 90,000. I want 90,000 every week, so that is our responsibility in our side. Give them reasons to repeat every week.
Next one comes from Mario Amaya with El Tiempo Latino. He says, hi coach, welcome to DC first and foremost. You were able to get a chance to meet the players when you first arrived to the area last week. What were your first interactions with the players like?
I have to say good reaction, for sure. Yeah, good feelings. They are strong. I am seeing a strong connection between the players, between the staff. All the job they are doing is being special. The base for growing, that's really, really important. And yeah, in trying to have different meetings, be involved in the training, the meetings on speech, when I have to show something in terms of performance through video and all of that. And right now, the feeling I'm having after the training today is, step by step, moving forward. But so far, I have to tell you that I am really happy and everything as I expected.
And back to the room. Ella, right here.
Hi, Jonah. Thanks for being here. I'm Ella Brockway from the Washington Post. At this point in the project, how close is this team to where you thought it would be at this midpoint of the season, and what are the focuses for the rest of the season in terms of that plan?
I think it's what I said before. For me, the focus is improve and has the strong mentality to want to be better. I don't like when we only speak about win or lose. For me, is much better than that. It's what I like do after each game. It doesn't matter the result. It's what we did fine, what we have to improve. Understand that we are doing important things with the ball, without the ball, but we can improve many, many things. We are in the middle of the season now, and open-minded to understand that the process simply says me that nothing is done. We did nothing so far. So try to work every day, understanding that after the training you have to recover. Before the training you have to make the protocols to be the best in the training. That is 24 hours every day when you have to train. For sure, when you win, you have to enjoy, but the next day you have to be ready again to compete, to recover as best as possible, to be ready for the training the next day. And this circle, this road, I don't know if that is the road? Okay. La rueda? Is a wheel. I remember that. It's for me, it's create this culture to be ready for that is important. And then another important point for me, when you win, it's easier. Be happy, and because you are competing well, you are winning. But when we start the games losing, when we lose a game, how would you react? The important thing is not what happened, is how you react. And I think these kind of things you can train it. You can put it together on the training and put the focus on that to have a good emotions, management of the emotions when you are competing, when you are winning, when you are doing, when you are losing. And for sure be as professional as possible to understand that the process is the whole season. We are working well, but we have to keep going. De nada.
Over to Emily again.
Another question for me, and it honestly could be for either of you. You've obviously coached Balandor winners before. One, do you see that the Spirit could be a place that produces a Balandor winner with the talent that you have? And then also, I think for you, Mark, where do you see the Spirit's place in ever-growing globalization market of women's footballers?
Look, for me, it's what I said the players in the past when we win important individual trophies. For me, if the team has a good performance, it's much easier to get individual recognition. So I don't like to say speak about individual performance, because for me the team means much than individual players. So our focus is the same: is win as a team, do everything as a team, believe as a team, compete as a team. And then if we win, the recognition for the players will appear for sure. I was being part in the past that many, many times. And I have to tell you, based my experience is every day go to the training, understanding that the team is the most important thing, and work together. So then let's see what happens in the future with the individual players. For sure, I am really happy with the young players. The good job that the club did in terms of draft was really, really good. They are showing a good performance, but for sure, we did nothing. We have to keep moving forward.
In terms of the club, I think that it's a similar philosophy as to what Jonah's been speaking of, and for me, it's about the foundation. And if we get the foundational pieces right, and that starts with the staff, and Jonah's mentioned a few times now that we have a great performance team, we have a great medical team, we have a collection of experts in a whole lot of different ways, and the technical staff we've put together, I think, is quite special also. So when you look at all of those things, I think the sky is the limit, but the results will follow if your habits are good. If you're doing things properly, and if we can get all of these more elementary pieces right and build the proper foundation, the results on the field will follow, but also opportunities for the club to continue to grow and advance will be important. So I think that it's really difficult to say what the end product looks like. This landscape of women's soccer in the world just continues to explode and evolve. And as that continues to grow, I think that we have the right owner in Michelle Kang to go out and continue to promote our team and give us the best opportunity to have the biggest possible following we can get.
We'll go back to Heather.
Little question, just, Jonah, what did you know about Washington coming here, and just, what are you excited to do and see that maybe you were reading up on these last few months?
I had not too much time to. I arrived a few days ago. I was here 2 times in coming February and 3 weeks ago. I remember more or less. I'm trying to learn every day. For me, right now, at the beginning, the most important thing is have a good relation with players, with the staff, facilities, all the persons that are working there, and I know the history for sure. The club, what they want to become. We want to be the best team. That is our reality. But in the end, we have not to put the pressure on win trophies. As what I said before, is the process. The trophies are consequence if you are working well, if you are not working well, if you are going the same direction or you don't. So maybe I am saying the same thing that I said before, but for me, what I want to spend my time is understanding that the process is really, really important every day, and understanding that when the players are going to the facilities to train, they have to show the best, and for sure the person who are working around the players, we have to help them to show the best possible performance and never compare. We have special players. What I want is the charges they have, try to well place it tactically and all of that, but have our own identity in terms of game plans, model, and football in general. So let's see what happens, but the feeling I have right now is good.
How do you get to know them? Because you're talking process, tactical, but then you want to learn what is Trinity like as a person, what's Andy like as a person. How do you get to build those relationships?
Yeah, look, for me, soccer language is universal. When you speak about situations during the game, it's easy to connect with the players because we have visions about this situation, you can do that. In this another one, you can do another thing. And speak about football. And step by step, try to connect with the player as a person, a human being. That is very important. Sometimes the performance is not being as we expected because we have personal problems and we have to solve it and help the player as well, not speaking about football, speaking about personal life. And what I am trying to do is speak the same language, connect with football, with soccer. I always say football, but I want to say soccer, okay? And then try to be as close as possible in personal reasons, when everyone has a life, everyone is coming from far away. So try to connect on that. Sometimes 19 or 100% is like, a small approach with the players. So we have to be as smart as possible to understand what they need and help them as much as possible.
All right, we'll have a few more online. This one comes from Kelsey Jones with the Afro. What are your goals and aspiration toward this season, seeing as you had such a positive end to your season in Barcelona, and what do you think the biggest transition will be going from Barcelona to Washington?
For me?
Yes.
Everything. When you work in another country, speak in different language, find house for living, know the people every day, what we are working, the charts of the players. The game plan will be different because we have different charts of players. So my transition in this case is what I said before. What I want is to speak the universal language that is football, and understanding which ones are the charts of the players, try to help them as much as possible, especially in the beginning, because we have to compete in a few days. We have to compete again in BFC the next week. And personal, I consider that when you take an important decision and you have the desire to move and want to keep growing as a person, as a professional, I think it's much easier to have a good adaptation, especially in the beginning. And all the connections I am having with the staff member and the players is being good. So I feel good, and for sure I feel better in the future.
This next one comes from Jeff Kassouf with ESPN. How have you seen the style of play in the NWSL evolve over recent years, and how do you feel like some of the emphasis on possession that you can bring will translate in the NWSL moving forward?
Good question. Yeah, everyone who watch the games here, they run a lot physically. They are so fast. They are so fast. What I like, what I try to do is be a little closer between us when we have the ball, when we don't have the ball, understand when we have to run, when we have to develop different style in terms of possession phase. My experience, my view, my idea, for sure is very important to understand that what we want every day. And in terms of transition, have a little more the control of the games. It will be challenging because they are not able to do that. In the past, I repeat the same, they run a lot physically. They are the best players in the world, maybe. And it's understand for me, for my view, when you are playing, try to find the advantage in the game. You know, sometimes the advantage are just behind the defensive line, sometimes in the pockets, sometimes the sides. Depending on the game, help the players to find solutions during the game, using training, using video, to understand that the most important thing for me in football is try to find the right advantage in the game. That would be priority, especially in the beginning, as is what I want.
And last question online from Andre Carlisle with the District Press. Given that there are financial restrictions in team building in the NWSL that don't exist in Barcelona, how involved will you be with player recruitment, and what challenges do you see in constructing a dominant team?
Oh, it's roster preparation, 100%. All the work they did with the young players, that was really, really important. And for sure, the connection, the conversation, the meetings we have for the future, from my beginning, we are connected. I think we have a good. I think we have a good relation. I think when you are working together into that team, you need to have good feelings in terms of respect who has to take the decisions, but try to speak the same language, be on the same page. All the person that we are working together to understand what kind of profile we need to improve our team for now, for the summer, for the future. In the end, for me, what I want is have the most competitive team, the most possible competitive team, and everything that we are doing with James, with Mark, all the staff who are working around the players and around the roster is going in the same direction. What we want to become, and let's to find a good profile to help us. That is simple to say, and now we have to finish our job.
All right, we'll turn it back over to the room for the last few. Bernie at the back.
Hi, welcome. I'm Bernie Beal from Rise Up Women's Sports. My question is, what changes do you plan to make to the team, or are you planning to just keep the team as it is, or making some type of changes?
It's not about changes, it's about improvement, keep improving. We play a good game against Gotham, but we could do better things. So what we were speaking today was about what we did okay, what we have to improve. It's not about changes. The methodology is clear, the direction is clear. It's put focus in and off the pitch every day. Try to be the best possible professional. Give us, be committed in the training with the competition. Try to find a good connection with the fans, with the crowd, and then play better football. I think that is simple to say, but in the end, is the process that we want to do every day, and especially for me, what I want to do now is change nothing, is help them to keep going and moving forward, because the performance of the team is being good. They are good position on the table, and now we are in the middle. We did nothing, as said before. We are going in the good direction, but room for improvement for sure.
All right, any more from the room? All right, I will turn it back over to you, Mark and Jonah, if you have any last remarks that you'd like to make.
Say thank you all the person that come today to make the question and know me face to face. I promise improve my English for the future. I think we can connect a little better to say exactly what you want to hear. Always trying to speak about soccer. That is my priority as a coach, and what I said before is a big experience for me, a challenging situation, and what I do is give my best to achieve a good performance with the team. And what I said before, very happy to be here. Thank you.
Yeah, and I just want to thank you for coming out and supporting our team and the club and in women's soccer, women's sport in general, and together we'll continue to grow it and get better and better. But we couldn't do it without your support, so thanks for all being here.
My first one? Longest? I think so. I think so. No worries.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah?
Well, thank you all for sticking through us with this marathon, and we hope to see you Saturday night when we take on the Courage at Audi Field.